The next day, Lest had still not received permission to enter the deeper layers of the Arse forest, but he decided to head to his destination on his own, passing through the shallow and middle layers, defeating the occasional B-rank monsters along the way. Geralt and Lest finally arrived at their destination. Lest stood before a sight of a destroyed palace, his eyes fixed on the immense pressure emanating from above. "Here," he murmured. "He is here." He was struck with awe and a touch of shock, noting the immense pressure as a black dragon flew majestically over the ruined palace. He chuckled. Overwhelming. He observed its size, acknowledging that it was still just a few years old, a mere juvenile. Lest's thoughts drifted back to his knowledge of the game. Even with all that overwhelming pressure, the black dragon was still incomplete. Compared to its peak form in the game, it was only about a tenth of the size. This meant that once fully grown, it would surpass 100 meters in length, and its power would multiply with that. In the original story, the Black Dragon had been controlled by a demon lord's officer and went on a rampage, even half destroying the royal capital. The protagonist and his party were defeated by its overwhelming strength. When Lest had first played the game, he seriously thought the entire kingdom was going to be destroyed. But after breaking free from the demon lord's control, the dragon had used the last of its strength to heal the people and towns it had harmed. And at the moment of death, the black dragon spoke. Its distant ancestor had once served as a guardian deity of this kingdom, a divine dragon, a hero who protected towns from demons and monsters. That was why it didn't want to use its power to destroy people or countries, it had said. After saying its final words, the black dragon quietly passed away. Since it was a forced loss event, the scene wasn't very popular among players, but for some reason, it had always stuck with Lest. The black dragon only appeared in that one event, yet back then, he became deeply emotionally attached to it. So when he realized he'd reincarnated as Lest, the first thing he thought was, he would use his taming skill to make this dragon his ally. Sure, having a black dragon on their side would be incredibly powerful, but more than that, he just didn't want it to meet the same tragic end as in the original story. It had been for months since he swore to tame this dragon after being reborn in this world. Now, he finally had the chance. The only issue was, if he wanted to tame the strongest black dragon, he first had to defeat it. In this world, dragons were beings that possessed vast amounts of magical power. They were the kings of mana, capable of converting magic into all kinds of phenomena. Regardless of age, they could absorb magic and grow rapidly. In the game, the dragon was given massive amounts of mana by a demon lord officer and grew to a super S-rank level. Right now, at most, it should only be upper B rank, since it was still a juvenile. Lest was confident that if Geralt and he joined forces, winning was not impossible. "That's how it is, Black Dragon," Lest declared, looking up at the majestic creature. "Sorry, but we'll need you to keep us company for a little while." The black dragon continued to fly, its mere presence creating an overwhelming pressure. Lest, bracing himself, acknowledged the immense pressure from the creature. "Geralt, let's go," he shouted, filled with energy. Geralt responded with an eager bark, ready to face the powerful foe.